Today is the bench press day, so you will see all the features that you need to know to do the bench press right, including mistakes, and you can visualize them what not to do, but also what to do to make it really effective. And why am I talking about bench presses in the first place? This is because I want you to get all those elements to feel your chest in the pressing motion just right and utilize it like almost on anything else that you can be doing with presses. It all starts here. I think it will be a good example. So let's talk about it a little bit deeper. So here we are. I have something loaded on the bar. It's not too much, but it's just so that I can talk with it. I do whatever I like to show you. First, when we do the bench presses, we really need to realize one thing, and that is that in order to be able to do the trajectory of the bar, we need to have our bodies like perfectly settled in, okay? It cannot move anywhere to any direction. It has to be very stable, super stable. And for that, I have 4 different points which originate from the surface. So like, this is the first one. Then it's a region of the glutes. They are squeezed together, stomach in, all air in and lungs. And then, of course, shoulder blades are together, shoulders low, spine extended that way, and also final stable position is also with your wrists. They should be firm, not too much bent like that, because it would really do a bad job for all those little bones right here. However strong you are, this would be a catastrophe if you keep increasing your performance and you will be bending this too much. You will not be able to do many other exercises with this. So when I go, I have the legs, I have the body squeezed, this in, shoulder blades in, okay, and then I find the width such that if I go down with it, my upper arms would be parallel to each other and pointing up. So for me in this case, it would be pretty much like that, all right? And then look at the trajectory. I'm lowering down to complete stop position on my mid chest, and then starting with my legs, and then extending that movement just above like this. I never escape this way. I'm always like that. So then again, this is called the leg drive. Maybe you know it. It's useful. And also you shouldn't follow the bar on the way up. You should also have feeling that almost moving away from the bar. And as you can see, my wrists, they're like that. They're not doing this. And imagine, now I'm putting it down on my mid chest. And then as I go up, I go a little bit this direction. Now I will show you one more thing. Maybe I wasn't settled in in this direction quite well. If I'm like this, because I'm not going directly up, I'm going a little bit in this angle. I need a little bit space, so I'm not touching these, okay? So if I do it again, I take it. You will see that if I'm coming to my chest, I'm coming here, and then I'm going in the direction of my head, kind of like this. Straight line. Like this, then that leg motion, see my glutes and abdominals and my shoulder blades muscles and all that are always tight, and see my wrists, they're also tight, and the legs of course, okay? So here, complete stop, and then go. So maybe you can be wondering we're doing flat bench and I want this curve. So as you can see from this side, I'm more like this, okay, related to the bench, if it was right behind me. So you can really stick your arm through here, no problem. And the reason for that is that you have the most stabilization, and also you have the shortest distance here, and you can produce the most force. When you do some other pressing exercises, maybe in different zones, if what you lift is not your main goal, then maybe you can do it slightly differently. But I really insist that if you have your body perfectly stable, you can utilize the best strength out of you. And it is quite important, especially if you want to be progressing in terms of repetitions and weight on the bar and all that. Yes? Then you can also maybe wonder, what do I do with my trajectory? Why is it not straight up? If you see from the side, I will do it again. My eyes are underneath, good grip, that's stabilization. So if you see from the side, I'm coming here, and then I'm not going here, but instead I'm coming here. Can you see that little difference? This versus that. This way you can produce more force. So again, that way, this is it. But as I moved this way, I didn't hit this time. When you do the bench presses, like, for whatever purpose, you can do them in other variations. You can be doing inclines, you can be doing declines, but it all originates here in this technique. By the way, the strongest bench press is like, when you actually decline with your head down, because that can utilize the most strength. As I'm concave curved like this, and I do that trajectory, like, straight against the tangent, like, that I would draw, like, from the side if you see me. This is the most effective way. It's not the only way, of course. It's not the powerlifting way. It's not just like every bodybuilder should be following. But I really believe that if you have a stabilization of the body and you hit the perfect trajectory, and it's with conjunction of the utilization of your legs and having the drive through it, that you can really develop your bench press to another level, especially if you get stuck. And I know that you might probably stuck, especially if you're a guy and you're somewhere in the middle of your, like, let's say improvement, like, you're not complete beginner that whatever he does, like, will be always, like, leading somewhere. But if you already hit some stagnations along the way, I really believe that those things can really help you to get bench press on another level. So hopefully you find this useful. Please be careful, don't load too much, be technical, be strict on yourself, not only how much you lift, but also how well you lift, okay? So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you with the other video. Goodbye.